Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah with your usual tropical weather update. Today is the month of July, the 11th day in the month of July, and already we are going to be talking a little bit more about the climatology right here. By now, you should be a little bit more au fait with this particular chart. We are yet to climb the peak. The peaks of the month is August, September, and October. We're looking at the month of November, a little less so, but yet still, we are right here. We are yet to climb that peak, but nonetheless, we're in the month of July. We are still in the Atlantic hurricane season. Normally, during the course of July, and thanks for this particular graphic from our friends at weather.com, normally, the areas of interest are focused on the Western Caribbean, including the Gulf of Mexico, the Carolina coast, even in the Caribbean area. But all this area here is the western parts of the region that normally the month of July spawns a tropical cyclone or two. So far, we have had about 3 named tropical systems, all focused in the western parts of the region, but taking you out into the main development area where we focus on here, the Caribbean islands, Antigua and Barbuda. We are in the Leeward Islands, the British Virgin Islands right here, islands further towards the south, including the Windward Islands, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago. Our main focus this time of the year spawns from right here all the way out to the coast of Africa. Anything would come off the coast of Africa in the month of July normally encounters harsher conditions. We normally look forward in the month of August and September where the main development area comes alive. But for right now, it's all on the down low, quiet conditions. We are noticing in our infrared imagery some clouds just to the east of the islands. You're looking at some lighter shades of gray right there. This is indicative of what we call the warmer clouds in the lower atmosphere. No deep convections, but take a look at this first tropical wave, a second tropical wave. This particular tropical wave is a little bit more robust. You're seeing some deep convection associated with this particular tropical wave, but again, as it moves on towards the west, which I will show you in a minute or two, is going to be gulping some dry air and it will succumb to the harsh environment. We're looking at this another tropical wave right there. It's an area of weak low pressure. Yeah, an area of weak low pressure already in the month of July, but nonetheless it is associated with a tropical wave limbering further towards the west, albeit very slowly. Nonetheless, this too is encountering some harsher condition. I just looked at the upper level shear. Is in a nice pocket of upper level shear and warm waters. Yeah, that's why the convection is a little bit more concentrated around the tropical wave, but the dryness of the atmosphere is really taking a toll on these particular tropical waves. Let's take a look at your visible satellite imagery. You're noticing the first tropical wave here, the second tropical wave here. This particular imagery shows up best what we call the visible in daytime sunlight, because it is capturing the light reflected from the clouds. So you're seeing those clouds a little bit better in daylight. And already, if you are focusing on this tropical wave, look at most of the clouds. Yeah, a little bit more robust around this tropical wave. Is forecast to move towards the west. This tropical wave also forecast to move towards the west. None of these are showing any signs of tropical cyclone formation. And with that, take a look at all this dusty condition, the murkiness. Take a look at it again. Murkiness right here all the way out to Africa. And because of that, the atmosphere is a little more stable, meaning deeper convective activity will struggle in the midst of what we call the atmospheric stability, and because of that, those waves are not necessarily holding on to their convection. You want to see why? Because take a look at all this dry air. Take a look at the scale first and foremost. The greener it is the moisture, and the brown is the drier atmosphere. So when we see all of this, it's showing us that the Atlantic Ocean from Africa, and take a look at where we are right here in the Caribbean islands, and with all of that dry air moving towards the west. But take a look at this tongue. It's rather important for me to point out that tongue. Why is that important? Because you're looking at the tropical wave right here, and this tongue right here, this is the first tropical wave. Take a look at what's happening. Some of this dry air will funnel into it, and then it will just dissipate. Why? Because some of that dry air is reaching the interior portions of that tropical wave, and it's just dissipating those clouds. So the atmosphere right now, in the context of atmospheric moisture, is not necessarily friendly. Even this particular tropical wave right here, with respect to the European model, it too will succumb to the dry and harshness of the atmosphere. The American model so says the same thing. Take a look at the tongue right there. Into this, the wave just dissipates because of that dry air. So in context of your forecast, all this dry air will be moving over us during the course of the weekend. So if you're going to be having your weekend activities, no tropical cyclone activity for right now. So what all of this dryness in the main development area means? Tropical cyclone formation is not expected, at least for the next 7 days. You can rest your hearts at ease that tropical cyclone formation is not expected. Nonetheless, I must remind you that we are in the hurricane season. Anything that wants to get life will get life, so you must be prepared. Closer to home, let's talk about a little bit more. The tropical wave, mostly of the moisture racing towards the west. The National Hurricane Center analyzes a tropical wave right here, but you're seeing all this line. So if you're in Barbados and the southern Windward Islands, this particular area is going to bring some periods of increased cloudiness and some scattered thunderstorms to those islands further towards the south. So traveling down there might not necessarily to be friendly right now. Further towards the west, if you're getting into Aruba, you're going to be encountering these clouds right here, deeper clouds. These deeper clouds are indicative of the favorableness of the atmosphere that supports this deep convection. But where are those clouds in the context of what's here in the Eastern Caribbean? Nothing. All what you're seeing here are just these patches of low-level clouds because of the moderate to fresh breeze that is disturbing the low levels, and with the dryness of the atmosphere not necessarily giving us the passing shower or the frequency of the passing showers. But nonetheless, you can expect some partly cloudy skies, not only in the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, and a little bit more cloudiness further towards the south. But in context of your rainfall activity, that is not expected to be too much. Just be prepared for the light passing shower. If you're on the outside, remember that take a pic and send it to us if that particular weather phenomenon meets our interest. We want to engage with you. Share those pics with us, and as you do that, we can have a synergy together, building this weather community for early warning for all. Yes, early warning for all. As I always leave you, you can always find us at our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and at X. We're going to be reminding you here because these are the areas that you can log on to get all your information. If you're in Antigua, your hotline, and yeah, definitely the website will have all that information always. So the weather will always change, and whether you like it or not, we gotta respond to the weather. So as I leave you, I will always say it with me, weather your weather, in spite of the weather, whether you like it or not. I'm Leonard Josiah, wishing you a productive Friday and a safe and a restful weekend.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.